Welcome to my YouTube channel, everyone. My name is Kat. So this happened. Um, I can't with myself. I can't with the Lord. Okay, so this has been a long time coming, and I'm gonna say this before I start my whole spiel. Granted, this is unscripted, but I feel like I have to dive into this before I dive into anything else, because for some this is not a surprise. I am famous for not famous, but I'm known for just starting projects. I have over the years started a publishing company, wrote 2 books, tried to start a ministry, started my own YouTube channel. It was called Testimonies of Havdika, and that went really well, actually. But I had to stop all of it. The Lord gathered me. I learned, not so quickly, but I learned that what the Lord does not approve of or does not tell you to do, you should not do it. And that was me. I was doing all the things. He had given me a word around like 2018. I dabbled with it, I molded over, meditated on it, and I got scared and said no. It was very much the realm of disobedience, but I was essentially scared. He had given me a word to share my testimony, and I ran from being vulnerable and transparent. And so instead of saying, I said no, but instead of not giving a full yes, I kind of gave like that little piece of yes. I'll do it, but I'll do it in my own way. And so I started the publishing company. I wrote a book. It was supposed to be about my testimony, but it wasn't. And then I wrote another book. I kind of had pieces of my testimony, but not what he was what he wanted me to say. I picked and choosed. Don't know that is a word. What I wanted to tell people, what I wanted to share about my life, and essentially he shut everything down. I like to think of it as the testing process, right? How the word says that all the plans that we have, everything that we build gets tested. And if it fails, it falls apart, it burns up. And that's essentially what the Lord did. He was like, all right, you want to build your own thing? Let's test it. And I failed. So this YouTube channel, It's Just Cat, is essentially what that is. It's he has charged me to tell my testimonies. I have multiple. Thank God I got through all of them. And just talking about my lessons and what I've been through in life. And I'm just hoping that this channel helps people, helps them feel seen and heard, helps them feel that helps them get out of their head that they're alone, because they're not. You're not. They're not. You're not. You're not alone. I think that a lot of people go through the same things, similar things, and it takes that one person to kind of say out loud, for another person to be like, oh yeah, I've been through that too. I'm not alone. I can, if she got through it, if he got through it, then I can get through it. So that is it. So yay, surprise. I know I've been doing like a countdown on on Facebook and on Instagram, and everybody and their mom has been asking me, what's going on? What's in 20 days? What's in 13 days? What's in 10 days? And so here it is. It's a YouTube channel. So I want to thank everybody who has supported me, actually, with all the other things that I've done, without question. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. You guys have followed me and just given me words of encouragement, and bought the things, joined the things, without really question, and I appreciate it. So I'm hoping that I can get your support on this as well, and for everybody else that's watching. So if you want to go ahead and like and subscribe, my plan is to do these videos every week and share my testimony, share my life with you guys. Be vulnerable, be transparent, and let the Lord work, because that's what he does. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about what the Lord wants me to talk about, and that's how I became a single mom. You will not get all the nitty-gritty drama things today, no. If you guys can hear my dog walking, I have wood floors and his nails are like clanking on the floor. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm going to talk about me being a single mom. It's been real. The struggle is very much real being a single parent, but here we are. I guess I'll just start with being a kid, like being a 90s baby. There was a lot of movies, the Disney movies, other movies in that made around that time that dealt with love, romanticized love a lot. You know, even like you see like the Hallmark movies nowadays, which I love them. You meet the man, meet the boy, meet the girl, meet the woman, right? You guys have an interaction. You guys, no, not you guys. They have an interaction, and drama happens. They fall in love, blah blah, and at the end of the movie, they end up together. We all know the story. But I took that to heart, honestly. Being little and just being very naive, I just took it to heart. I wanted that. I wanted my Prince Charming. I wanted the love story. I wanted to be loved. I mean, I wasn't without love. I had a very present father in my life who spoiled me, who loved me. I knew I was loved. And I love him for that. He died in 2004 of brain cancer. But he was very much in my life. Like, my parents were together up until 7th grade, when they separated, and then they got a divorce. But he was always there for me. I could call him and he would be there. I could ask him what I needed. He would meet my need. He didn't always give me what I wanted, but he definitely gave me everything that I needed, and I didn't lack for anything, nothing. Okay. So I love my dad. I give honor to my father and my mother. But okay, so going back to like the movies, romanticizing everything, and I just created like vain imaginations in my head about love, what love was supposed to be like. You know, I had crushes in elementary school, middle school, high school, and just the fantasizing of being in a relationship with them. This is really going deep. I didn't think I would talk about this. Okay, so fantasizing about being in a relationship with them very, very much carried over into reality. So, and it just overlapped for me. And it essentially became, I couldn't I wanted love so bad. I wanted to be in a relationship so bad. I wanted to be um, in relationships that I saw on the movie screen or the TV screen so bad that it blinded me, honestly. I Once I got attention from the opposite sex, um, it just consumed me. Um, and honestly, I think that stemmed from just lack of self esteem, lack of self worth, not knowing my own worth, you know. And growing up, you kind of learn that along the way. So I was definitely struggling with, you know, feeling beautiful and comparing myself to other girls, other women, and once, you know, a boy or a man gave me attention, that was the bee's knees, okay? And so being in relationships, that clouded my judgment. I wanted to be in a relationship so bad that when I was in one, I just overlooked red flags, um, blatant red flags, okay? And I'm not going to throw shade on anybody that I've been in a relationship with. Um, Obviously, it didn't work out. We're just going to leave it at that. But the fact that I was willing to overlook red flags just to be loved was a problem. And I'm looking away just because I'm thinking. This is really weird for me, you guys, to just talk in the camera to you all about things that I haven't talked about to really anyone. But so the red flags, okay. And that just created a whole lot of drama, a whole lot of things that I compromise on just my standards. I remember very much telling myself and praying to God that when I was in a relationship, I would uphold the standard of purity. And because I, number one, picked the wrong people to be with, number two, I was all in the self-compromising zone. I allowed those standards of purity to like just demolish as soon as they, I don't know how to say it, but as soon as they were interested in me sexually, I was willing to compromise. Not without fight. Let me just say that. Not without a fight, but internal fight. But I ended up compromising. And it got me into some sticky situations. And I mean, just thinking about it, like in college, I would, gosh, I can't believe I'm saying this. I slept with somebody who just treated me as like a commodity, I guess. And to the point, my self-worth was so bad to the point where I remember him coming to my dorm room and he just laid out a line of cocaine and snorted it. And I was appalled. Did that stop me though? No. I was so enamored by his attention that it didn't stop me. I mean, I didn't do the drugs, but it didn't stop me messing around with him. And you would think that would be like the last straw of like the aha moment of like, what the heck am I doing? But it wasn't. And that's how screwed up I was. And then going in and out of another relationship that ended up in marriage, and it shouldn't have. I had all these red flags to the point of the wedding day, where my lovely aunt was the only one who spoke up, thank you, and was like, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't do this. And I did not listen to her, but I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate the effort of her sitting me down and actually telling me what she thought, because I really believe that was the Lord getting me hoping that I would listen. I did not. But the fact that she did that just meant the world to me. And even now, 14 years later, I still remember that, and I appreciate it. I always appreciate people who are truthful with me and upfront with me. So thank you. But I married the guy. Okay. Did the problems that we had before the marriage stop? No, it actually resumed literally hours after I said I do. It just smacked me in the face of like, what the hell did I get myself into? That was basically my sentiment, and from there I was miserable. Fast forward, just all the things happened, all the drama. I guess I'll explain that in another video. But I ended up becoming a single mom. I got pregnant about a year and a half into the marriage, and being pregnant was a whole journey. I'll talk about that in another video too. It was just very interesting. That whole season of my life was just a breaking down. I got to the point where I was depressed, and I just couldn't see anymore, like when you just can't see past like what's right in front of you, like your whole world is just foggy. That's how I felt. So I ended up becoming a single mom, and and it was hard. I didn't think ever in my dreams that I would be a single mom. The whole point of romanticizing about romance is that you live happily ever after, for God's sakes, right? And everything that I desired evaded me because of my own stupidity, because of lack of self-worth. Like, that in itself can create so much chaos and drama in one's life. But I didn't know who I was, and I tried to find worth and who I was in the stories, even fake stories. I mean, movies, they're all fake. In other people's lives, I saw myself in other people's lives. I tried to, essentially be that, instead of just saying I'm me and this is my life, and being okay with that. So I think if I were to say anything to anybody listening, and you're in a place where I was 14 years ago, I would say, stop what you're doing and pray, and really, really assess your life. Looking back, I had so many good things about my life. And just being able to see that now, why was I ever wanting to be somebody else? Don't know. But lesson learned. Now I'm in a season where I am discovering myself again. My look has changed. My vibe has changed. I think I'm coming into an authentic portion of myself that I love. I'm not scared of saying no. I'm not scared of going above that mediocrity. I'm not trying to fit in anymore, because I have things to offer, and I know that the Lord has told me that repeatedly, and now I'm finally getting it. So I'm still as a woman, I think we constantly deal with confidence, because the world is worlding, and it cultures has taught us to compare ourselves with others. Culture has taught us this is what it looks like to be a woman. Culture has taught us this is how you act as a woman. This is what you should be doing. And it's all bogus, I think when we go to the Lord and ask him who we are, and ask him who we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to be doing, what is our purpose, I think that's when we come into who we really are, our authenticity, our self-worth, our confidence just exudes out, because we are not basing our self-worth on a world that just continues to do this, right? The roller coaster of life. I have chosen to get off the roller coaster of trying to please others, and trying to be someone that I think others will like, instead of being like, no, I'm already approved by the Lord. He's already given me the stamp of approval. That's all I need. And so once I internalized that, it was like, I got it. Let's go. Now I can live my life the way I'm supposed to be living my life at the age of 38. And it took me this long to figure it out, but at least it took me this long. And it didn't take me 40 years, 45 years. And I'm not bagging on, people who are 40 or 45 and still not figuring out or are struggling with it. It's just, I'm grateful, very thankful for the Lord that I was able to get to this point in my life to where I'm okay. And so I don't know if any of that has anything to do with being a single mom, but I feel like a lot of single moms really deal with all this stuff. And I think that I know from experience that having that, being solidified in who you are in Christ early in life will eliminate a lot of heartbreak. And not saying that single mothering is heartbreaking, but it is hard. Single parenting in itself is just hard. You deal with a lot, internally, externally, and it's just a lot. So if I could just say anything to all the single parents out there, there's light at the end of the tunnel. You get to a place of peace. You really do. And life doesn't just end with you being a parent. You have more to offer the world than just being a parent. And God forbid, right? Like, parenting is everything. I love my kid, but that's not all of who I am. God has made that very clear. And it's not all of who you are. And for those who are dealing with self-confidence and just trying to figure it all out, who are you? What are you supposed to be doing with your life? Go to the Lord. That's the step that you need to take. Just pray, talk to him, open yourself up to him, let him know all your fears and hesitations and what you're struggling with, and ask for help. Ask him for help. Once I did that and I was willing to hear him and actually receive what he had to tell me, the things changed slowly, but they started to move in a forwarding direction, and not and I didn't feel stagnant anymore. I felt like, okay, I have hope now, and my faith just built from there. Yes, along the way I struggled and I was a hot mess, okay, along the way, and I still struggle. But I'm realizing that if you don't give up, you're not failing, and he's not calling you to perfection. He's just calling you to make progress, to keep going forward. Even if you find yourself taking 3 steps back and you're like, dang it, why did I do that? Why did I make that mistake? Why did I make that choice? I knew better. He doesn't condemn. You just gotta say sorry, ask for forgiveness, realize your mistakes, and move forward, right? Just keep going. So yeah. All right. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. This was weird. Okay. But I think every week, every Saturday, Sunday, we can sit down and chat. And I want to hear comments from you guys, honestly. Like, obviously I'm right now, while I'm recording this, I'm talking to myself, but I understand that this is gonna go out to the world, and I want to build a community of people that, you know, that we can have an honest conversation about stuff that I'm going to be talking about, lighthearted stuff, heavy stuff, and everything in between. And I want to hear comments. I want to hear from you guys, and testimonies from you guys. You know, drop your testimonies in my DM, comment on these videos. I am very much approachable. I love to have conversations. I'm not one to have light conversations. To have those deep, meaningful conversations means a lot to me. And I'm just hoping that we can learn from each other and grow from each other, and just build, you know, strength off of each other, and really take the time to learn, and to grow. Because without community, life is hard. And if you don't have somebody or people that you just feel connected with, it's hard. And I would hate for you to feel alone when there is somebody that you don't have to feel alone with, right? You can talk to. Granted, I never wanted to be a therapist. I do have an MSW, Master's in Social Work. I love loving people. I love helping and supporting other people. And if I can do that for you, and I can be somebody that you can just turn to, obviously put the Lord first in everything, but I am here. So we will get through life together. I can share my life, you can share yours, and go from there. So I thank you guys again. Please support this. And I don't want to sound thirsty or needy, but the Lord has called me to this, and it would mean the world if y'all supported it. So again, don't forget to like that button and subscribe, and then we'll be able to sit down and chat every week. So until then, I'll see you. Bye.